Hey. So I decided 5 days before Christmas that I'm going to make my sister a little perfume organizer thing. I made her a different box. It has bad words on it, and I made it for her work desk. But I really wanted to make her a nice box because she doesn't like anime and stuff like that. So I got my mixed designer acrylics out, and I really wanted to make something for her. So of course 5 days before, and I'm just now doing this. So basically what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take the same concept that I did for a desk organizer and kind of build it that way. But I'm also gonna mix in, so I'm basically gonna do 8 centimeter squares, 4 centimeter squares, and then I have 3 and 6 centimeter rectangles, and that's gonna help do the shelves. These are the 6 centimeters right here, and then I have these 3s, and I'm gonna basically glue 2 together, and I'm gonna make a row on top. So I'm gonna just kind of show you just a real quick thing on what I'm thinking in my head. And of course I've never done this before, and I'm making a Christmas gift, so this is gonna be awesome. So what I'm gonna do, so just to give you an idea, I'm gonna do the 8 centimeters on the bottom, right? And then I'm gonna have a panel in the back, of course. And then I want to take my 6 centimeters, like these ones, and put them like this to give it more stability. And I'm gonna do them going across, right? Because this is gonna create stability for a little shelf up here. And then I'm gonna use the 3 centimeter ones, and I'm gonna create a lower shelf, I think. I really kind of want to take these 3 centimeters, and after I glue them together, I kind of want to place these on top of the 6. They will hang over just a little bit, but I figured that would be kind of cool to do some on top. And then I'll probably end up using the 4 centimeter and front of that, because I'm also going to have to take a 6 centimeter and put some in the front, to build a wall. And then I was thinking about taking a 4 centimeter, and then, because this will be the wall, and then coming down right here. So that way I have a 6 centimeter and then a 4 centimeter shelf, She has a lot of different perfumes. So I thought it would be really cool to build 2 different shelving areas for her to set her perfume bottles. So that's my goal. I don't think it should take too long, but I really hope it comes together like I want it to. I'm not going to go too big. I'm thinking about only doing maybe 6 of the 8 centimeters on the bottom. I mean, she does have a couple different bottles, so I think 8 centimeters on the bottom should be okay. I might also do a row of 4 just to make it, a little bit wider. So that way she'll have the shelf up here, a shelf down here, and then she can set some up on the bottom. And then I am thinking with mixing in these 3s, all of these 6s are nothing but Chanel. So that's why I'm thinking if I add a row of these mixed designer in the 3 centimeters, it'll kind of pull it together more. Even though these bottom ones are going to be more of that laser print, because I'm also going to do the back panel, and then I'm going to have 2 of the side panels. So once I kind of start gluing some pieces together, I'll definitely be able to see the vision more, but I'm going to start kind of getting these little 3 centimeters glued together so I can start getting those to dry. Alright, this is what I've done so far. So here's the side pieces. I did a row of 4, 3, 2, and 1. So the design is going from right to left. And then I did one opposite that's going, I just say that backwards. Going to the right, and then one's going to the left. Sorry, I'm getting tired. Because they're going to go on the side. So that's why they have to go opposite. And then this is going to be the bottom. I'm just doing 6 8-centimeter pieces. Now, originally, I had this Chanel that has the white border, and then I got the mixed designer, so I'm just kind of mixing it all together so I can use it up. And then this is going to be the back part. So I decided to do 4 of the 8s, and then I glued 4 of the 4 centimeters on each side. I really like this design a lot. Now, for the shelving area so far, I took the 3 centimeters and I glued them together. I did 4 sets. And then this is going to go on top. When I was measuring everything, I couldn't get the 3 centimeters to go across cohesively. It wouldn't fit all the way. I would have a little gap and I couldn't fill it. So then I started playing around with the 6 centimeter, and that worked perfectly. So these guys, I'm going to put on the bottom like this, and then it's going to go like across, you know, to give it some security. And then this guy, she's going to go on top and create the shelf. And then I think I might take some of the 4 centimeters and do the same thing in front of it. Because when I was lining everything up, if I used a 4 centimeter, it would give it that much of a gap. So I'm probably going to do that also. And then I'll have a little bit of area on the bottom, I believe, if I glue another row of 4 centimeters. But if I do that, then I technically need to make the side panels bigger. I would then have to go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I'm not sure how many more 4 centimeters I have left in the mixed designer design. I have more of the white Chanel ones, but I don't know. I mean, I could also just glue another one, you know? So I might look at doing that if I do another row, which I might, because if I look at the bottom, and let's just see how everything fits. Because this is basically just going to be for like her perfume, is what my vision is. Okay. So if I do 3 centimeters right here, that's how much room that's going to take up. And then the shelf will come here. It'll have, I'll probably do like other 3 centimeters going across to cover, you know, the gaps that there's going to be also. And then if I do 4 centimeters, so then that'll go right there. So I should have enough right here. So do like 3 different tiers, right? And then this will go here. Oh, you can't really see. Let me scoot it over. That's where that side will go. Like that. And then, of course, these are still kind of drying. Now this back piece is going to go on the top part of the back, of course, because remember, we always like to do them on top of the bottom. So that's what that'll look like. So I think I might have enough to do that. Because then of course, if I do the 4 centimeter, I mean, it'll go like kind of like right in the middle because it's still a little bit too small, but that'll still give it some stability. I would do like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on the bottom. So, and I'm getting pretty low. I mean, I would have enough, you know, but it will work. And then I'll just do another row of the 3 6 centimeter ones. Okay, so basically what I'm going to glue first, that way we can get some stability first. I'm going to glue the back piece on the bottom, and then I'm going to glue both of the side pieces. The side pieces are going to be glued to the side of the bottom and then the side of the back piece. That way, with me getting the sides on and the back piece on, I know exactly how much room I'll have to work with to get the little shelves going. So that is what I'm going to start doing now. I gotta get the top layer of the film off. Remember to always leave the film on as long as you possibly can. And with this one, I think since I'm doing the 3 centimeters, I'm going to leave this top row on the front. This will come off since I'm going to be gluing against it. And then of course for the bottom part, since I'm going to be kind of gluing all over it, I'm going to remove probably all of the film. But then I'll leave the bottom on until I go to wrap it and put it in a box for her. Okay, so again, we got 4 centimeters, a row of 4, 3, 2, 1. You have the design going that way. You do the exact same thing with the design going the opposite way. And then we have pretty much 2 pieces of 6, 8 centimeters, or combining the 4 to do your own design. And then I did 4 panels of 2, 3 centimeters, and then 1 panel of 3, 6 centimeters. And then we'll just kind of add on as we get these on. All right, I got it glued together. I think it looks pretty good, and I think once I get the shelves going, it's gonna really start coming to how I want it to look. But yeah. See the side. I'll show you the other one. I think it's looking super good. This would also make a really cute desk organizer, but just like adding in like a divider with like a little cubby thing to put some pens and pencils, Post-its. That would look super cute, but I really hope she likes this for her perfume. So I'm going to let this dry so that way it's all bonded good and solid, and then I'm going to start adding in the little shelves. All right, so I ended up gluing 2 more of my 3 centimeters together, so that way I have 6 of these total. And it's just because I was thinking that since it's for perfume, some perfume bottles can be heavy, so I didn't want to chance it. So I did 6. And also I was noticing when I put this shelving unit in, see how I still have room for it? So I think what I'm going to end up doing is on each side, I'm going to place one on the very, very end of each side. So that way it gives it that little bit of space I need to kind of wedge it in better. Because once I did this, it fits better. So I'll have the very end on top of this bottom one. And then I decided for the rest of them, since I've glued the acrylics together right there, I definitely want to make sure that I have one underneath that area. So I'll put one here. I'll put one here. So that's going to be 4. And then I'll go like 5, 6. I might do 7. So that way I have one in between. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So yeah, so I'm going to glue one more piece together because I definitely want to make this as secure as possible. And I think if I don't add one underneath where I glued them together, it could cause it to break if there's some weight on there. So that's what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to start getting them glued in to the back here. And then I'll get the top shelf put here. I'm going to glue another 3 set of these 6 centimeters together, so I have it for the second part of the shelving. And then of course this front area is going to be completely left alone. That way there's 3 different levels to put the perfume bottles. And I'm going to test it out, of course, before I give it to her. My husband is a cologne guy, so I'm going to use some of his bottles and make sure it all holds up. I probably will not test it until, I would think probably Saturday. Today is Thursday for me now. I do want it to, you know, at least glue and bond at least for like 24 hours because that glue needs some time to dry. So wish me luck. I'm going to start gluing those together and then coming in here and getting those glued on the back. I can't wait for this to be done. I'm really excited to give this to her. All right, so I did end up gluing a couple of more of my 3 centimeters together because I did 8 panels all together. I wanted to make sure I had 2 on the sides here because I do have some extra room when I put these in. So I wanted to make sure that there was that gap that could be, you know, filled up. And then I put all the rest in between everything. Made sure I had coverage right under here where these are glued together, so that way it's all supported. Once I get this glued on, I am going to glue 8 more of these 3 centimeters together to make a panel that runs in the front, right over these. Because I don't want you to be able to look in and see the gaps. And then after I get this on, I might actually be able to set it on top because it's been drying for just a minute. So that'll give it enough room. And then see how it just sticks up a little bit right here? I was thinking about either coming in the back here and gluing like one in between each of these. So that way I had a little bit more room. So that way I didn't have to glue this piece against this wall. Because I would much rather have it sitting flush on the outside. So that way when I do the panel right here, it's flush, you know, and you're not seeing any gaps. So I don't know. I might kind of play with that. I am going to glue everything first. I was first, you know, thinking about using these. But if I put this in the front, and then I have this on here, there's going to be a gap. See? And that just doesn't look good. So I definitely want to make sure I use the same sizes as I did here. I almost would rather see a little gap on the top here than in the front. And it's only going to be by just a little bit. And it would make me feel better if this part was glued to the side here on each one of these little panels and then along the whole back, so that way it would have extra security. And then I'm going to come in here and basically do the exact same thing to the 4 centimeters. But I'm also going to have to do a panel of 4 centimeters, you know, along the front. So when I glue them on, I'm going to make sure to do one right in the center of where I glued them. And then I'll have like one here, one here, and one here. But then when I do the outside, I'm going to make sure it's right on the edge. So that way everything will sit flush when I do, because I can also put the panel on here, you know. It'll be a lot easier to just attach it on with the panel instead of coming in. But even if I don't glue it on this, I can at least come in, you know, and it'll sit flush against it. So that's what I'm planning on doing. I think it's going to look really good once everything's put together, because basically what I'm going to do is this one will probably, because the 4 centimeter, yeah, that one will sit about right there. And then the furthest I can go back is about right here. Well, once I get the other panel in, probably about right here. And then I'll have this panel here, and then there'll be like a little bit of room right here to set some more bottles on. So I'm really excited that it's actually coming together and it's looking how I want it to look. And I'm really glad it's only Thursday, so that way I have extra time for this to dry even more. And then I'm going to, of course, test it with my husband's cologne bottles. So I'm going to start getting the rest of those glued so I can have an 8 panel of 3 centimeters. And then I'm going to get this shelf on and just hope that everything works out good. All right, so I did get the shelf on, and it actually looks really good. I did decide to move it all the way to the back because I wanted this to be secured. And then I decided with the 8 panel of the 3 centimeters that I glued, I'm literally, instead of having it come down like that, which will leave a little gap, I'm just gonna raise it up a little. It will have just a little bit of gap in the front, but from, you know, looking at it dead on, you're not really going to be able to see it too much. I don't think I can move it forward now. That little gap still kind of bugs me, because I didn't have room in the back area to put any more, because it wouldn't have worked. I was going to try to put them in between. I do have some CC charms that I can kind of add on there too. So I think I'm going to incorporate that. But yeah, I think if I move it up just a hair, where it's kind of floating right there, and then I kind of move it over a little bit so that way each side has a little bit of a gap, it'll look okay. Because then I'm doing 4 centimeters in front. But I'm really digging it. And I made sure with these ones that I kind of picked out the black and the white. Kind of got a little beigeish color to go with some of the colors in these acrylics. You know what? Let me grab my charms. Hold on. Okay, so I think I might do a mixture, because I have so many different designer things. This was a really cute little charm mix I got from somebody in our group on Facebook, and I can easily go like that. And then I think I even have little perfume. Oh my god, they're perfume bottles. Oh my gosh, those are so cute. Okay, that is what I'm going to do. And this is why I love having so many different charms. That way when I run into problems like this, I can kind of like have a solution. So I'm super excited now. And I have the CC flowers. These are absolutely gorgeous because it has like an iridescent color around it. Like where the petals are. They're like so pretty. Because I was already thinking about adding, you know, some stuff to it anyways. Because I really like the addition of charms on the boxes. And then my big old grid full of different charms. It's a little much, but hey. Now the ones I really like, I have the LV and the CC lock. I was thinking about either putting this like on the back panel, because I think for the little gap part it just might not work right. And then I have the CC one, so I think I'm going to add those to the back part. Now for Dior, whoa, it's kind of hard for me to find some that don't have the like the little pendant on the top, you know, like this Dior one, to make like an earring or a necklace. I have a lot that has that hole on it. Ooh. Look at this one. The rose with the butterfly. Like a really pretty deep red. Yeah, I'm going to really jazz it up for my sissy. I think those are the only ones I really have. Well, I actually found this also one is a Dior. Let me actually put this grid down. It's getting... Oh, I found my other ones. Oh my god. I gotta show you. Hold on. So this one's super pretty too. So it's like a dangly, so you can see the DIOR. And then it dangles with that. I think that would be a super pretty addition. Like put a couple on maybe like the back panel or something. And then as I was putting this down, I remembered where I put my other ones that don't have the little hook thing. So I have, and this will be perfect because I have the GG. And then I have this CC one. And I think this LV one is super duper cute. And then I know I have another design. Well, this one is the same GG, but it has like darker stones in it. And then that's the same LV. Oh, here's another LV. That one's super cute with the stones and the little hearts on top. Or flowers, sorry. Okay, that makes me feel a lot better. So I'm going to play around with the gap and then see what I'm going to put on the back, and then I'll show you. All right, it's coming along. I got the front part put in. And I actually think it looks super good. It's really awesome. I'm like speechless a little bit. So I've been kind of playing around with some charms. And I think what I'm going to do is right here where there's the gaps a little bit, I think I'm only going to put one of the flowers where I have the panels, because I was kind of looking on the inside, you know, through the little gap, and it actually is not that bad. It looks pretty cool. So I'm just going to do this. So that way it's not like overly crowded, you know, with flowers. This one might slide off a little bit just because of how the panel is. Ooh, it did it early. Oh no, it's the very last one right here. Oh, it stayed. Yay. Okay, perfect. So I think that actually looks really good. And then I'll put a couple of other charms in the back here. Now, the other thing that I was noticing is when I put the 4 centimeter down to do the second shelf, it's actually going to cover up a good amount of these designer acrylics in the front, so you're not going to really see the labels. I mean, it's not that big of a deal, but like, it kind of sucks at the same time. So it's going to go right there. I mean, you're going to be able to see the top of it, but that's about it. Kind of a bummer in a way, but at the same time, it's okay because it all blends together. So yeah, I actually love that. And then This is probably going to fall over because I have one piece holding that shelf up. But then when I get this on, I'm going to do the same thing that I did here in the front here, but it's going to be with 4 centimeters. And I'm going to probably do it right under this edge to give it more support. And then there'll be a little room right here for her to set some more stuff on. I'm quite intrigued on how many bottles this is going to hold. Let me grab one of my bottles. So here's my Marc Jacobs. And just like... Oh, okay. Putting it on there, I mean, probably 3 on the top, 3 in the middle, 3 on the bottom. So 9 bottles of perfume. I mean, I know she has quite a bit of a collection going on now. She used to not really be into perfume, but now she's gotten a lot. Like, she has a Coach, a Burberry, a Louis Vuitton one, and then a couple of other ones. I think she's getting a Gucci one next, so I don't know. I think 9, though, is a pretty good amount. I mean, honestly, I probably could have maybe extended the bottom a little bit to get another shelf in, but I think that would have just been too big of a little organizer. I think this is a perfect size. So yeah, it's looking good. I love it. Okay, so I'm going to start working on this, and then I'm going to wait until the very end before I put the charms on. Okay, so real quick, I just measured some of the 4 centimeters. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a row of 6 of them. And I'm literally going to glue this panel all together. And then I'm going to set the panel and glue it right in front of the 3 centimeters. And then this is what this shelf is going to sit on top of. Because I don't want to rely on having one piece, you know, underneath the shelving units, because perfume is heavy, you know, so I want to make sure it has security. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'll have the wall back here. I'm just going to do these ones with the white frame because I have more of these, and if I need to, I can peel these off, you know, because I made 8 centimeters out of them, and you're not going to see these, so it's fine. So if I go like this, we do 4 centimeters in the back. That'll create that panel. And then I'm going to come in. Let me just grab some single ones here. And then just like I did with the back ones here, I'm going to put one on the side here. And then I'm going to go just like I did with the back ones. I'm going to do one in the middle. So like one right here, one right here, 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 and here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 that will go under the shelving unit. And then I'll mix the rest of these with some of the white ones to do the panel along the front, and then I'm going to glue the shelf on because I want that shelf to rest on top of these, the back panel, and then all of these ones I'm putting down on the bottom part. And that should give that a good amount of security when perfume is sitting on it. All right, so I'm going to start doing all of that and putting it together. This one should be pretty easy since I already have these 3 sets of 2s. And then I'll just peel some of the other ones apart and get the rest going all along here. Okay, so I wanted to show you, there's the 4 centimeters. And I wanted to show you what it looked like before I put the panel on top. Sorry, I need to get some water. But I'm going to glue the bottom here. This part's still drying. So I'm going to be very careful and hopefully it stays together. But I feel like with all of the little panels, it's going to really support the weight. But getting these panels in, it kind of goes down the side. So I'm going to have to come in and either scrape the glue off or probably put charms on here. I think I'm going to, oh, whatever, let's just do it. There we go. Okay, let me drink some water real quick. All right, there we go. That's better. I've just been sitting here doing these, not really talking, so my voice is all messed up and my throat's dry. But this is why I wanted to put all of these panels on here first and then get the front on here before I put the top part. I just wanted to make sure everything fit like it should. And then this one is going to go like that. And then when you look at it, you're going to see that panel. Isn't it looking so good? Okay. I'm like really, 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 really proud of myself right now. Because I was getting super duper nervous because I literally... So I made her, so like I was saying earlier, I made her the box with all of like the bad words. But then I was thinking, you know, I really love making these boxes, and you know, her and my mom know that I love doing them. So I'm like, you know, I really want to make her a really cool box, you know. But then I just got stumped because since she doesn't like anime and stuff like that, I'm like, oh my god, what am I going to do? So I'm really glad that I have a bunch of designer acrylics, which is perfect because she has a bunch of designer perfume. Okay, so now I'm just going to put glue on the top of these really quick. I'm getting low. And when I ordered a new bottle from Walmart, of course, they did a substitution for the little mini bottles. And because of my delivery was like between, gosh, I think it was like 9 and 10 at night, I didn't have the option to like approve and deny my any of my substitutions. So I got these mini bottles, and I really don't know how I'm going to use them for acrylics, but I'm going to try. I mean, I have another big bottle of this in my drawer, but I like to keep stock of it because I use so much of it. Okay, then I'm going to run some in the back. I can't really see it coming out, but let's check. Oh yeah, we're good. Okay. Now with the Chanel logos, the top one is going this way, so I'm going to match it. So with this one, I'm going to glue the back side. These 6 centimeters are like one of my favorites. I just love the black and the white color. It's just so classic. Okay, there we go. And I'm just gonna push down where the panels are, because if you push down in between the panels, you can mess up the acrylics. I did that over here, and I kind of had to re-glue it. So you just got to be careful. Okay, I'm going to push on the back. Because next I want to do one for my mom. Like, I got these like super pretty butterflies, and like they're pretty thick acrylics, and the quality is just really good. Like, I love going through Ivy and Alex, just like I do with Lily. They get really good quality acrylics as well. They just have more of a variety of non-anime, which is why I go with them. So my mom, you know, like, she's, you know, in her 60s. I mean, she doesn't really do a lot of stuff with crafty items. But I want her to have a piece of what I love to do also. So I'm going to make her just a little keepsake box out of these. I think I'm just going to do like 4 of the 8s on the bottom and just make it, you know, like small. So I'm super excited to do that. Okay. So here it is. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. Okay. There she is in all her glory. I literally only have film on the top of these, and then on the side panels, the back, and then of course the bottom. So I will take those off before I wrap it. And then next I'm going to put the flowers on here to give it some design on top, and then cover those gaps. And then I was also thinking on the sides right here, on both of the sides. So I was kind of going through all of my charms. Oh, let me put the cap on my glue real quick. I really like these little perfume bottles that I was showing you earlier. I think they're super cute. So I was thinking about like putting them like this. Here, let me just get this over, like right here. Just to give it, you know, like a little decoration. But I have purple too. So I have green, blue, purple, yellow. And then I was also thinking, so they have this, of course, perfume resin charm as well. So I was thinking about kind of staggering what I do. Maybe put this one over here. But then I found, where did the bear go? I like the LV bear. This one's super cute. And I could always like put it on the bottom or something, you know, or like right here. So yeah, I'm just going to kind of play with that. I'm really excited to add these. And then I think on the back here, I have a super cute LV charm. And I only bought like, I think 25 of them because they, you know, they were expensive, but it has an LV and then it's on a chain and it goes to a gem. So I'm going to get that really quick because I want to see if it's going to go with this. This is like my favorite charm ever. It's so cute. Okay. So I hope this zooms in on. Okay. So it has the LV there and then it's on the chain. And then it connects to that beautiful gem right there. Isn't that so cute? So I was thinking about like adding it somehow, like, I don't know, back here somewhere. I'm definitely going to add that. Like, I love my sister. She's like my best friend. We're really close. I really want her to like this. So I'm definitely going to add that. And then the LV and the CC locks. I think I might just take these really nice charms. So the LV one on the chain and then the locks. And I think I might just stagger them on the back right here, because here's an LV logo. A lot of it is, there's a lot of CC on here though, but I was thinking about adding in like a Gigi and a Dior, but I don't want to go overboard. But I thought it would be so cute to just kind of, you know, add some of these on. So I'm going to definitely play around with that, but I'm going to wait until all of this is dried because I don't want to mess anything up, because this is her Christmas present. But I'm very, very, very proud of this. And this is just a good example on why it's amazing to have so many different sizes of acrylics, because in the designer, I kind of went crazy and I bought the white framed CC in the 8 and the 4. And then I bought the mixed designer in the 8 and the 4. And I think I actually got 2 bags of the 8. And then I decided, okay, I need more sizes because of shelves. So I bought the 6 centimeter in just CC. They didn't have mixed designer. And then the 3 and the 2 centimeters I have in mixed designer. They're the exact same design, just 2 and 3. But it works. You can do so many different things when you have different sizes. So I absolutely love it. But yeah, okay. So I will definitely let this dry overnight, and tomorrow I will get those attached, and I will definitely show you the final result so you know what it looks like before I wrap it up and give it to my wonderful sister for Christmas. All right, she's done. So I decided to just go and put these charms on the front, and then on the sides, on the inside, my husband gave me the idea to do this. So I just have a couple of the designer logo charms, and I did it on each side. I'm really sad though, because I did want to use my favorite Louis Vuitton charm on that chain that I showed earlier in the back, but it just, well, it's not going to work. The super glue, like I've always said, it's not a great thing to use on acrylics because it'll leave like a white film. Just to give you an idea, here's one of the acrylics. It like destroyed it. So if you do use the super glue, you're going to see this white cloudy film on it. So that's why I don't recommend using it. I originally had to pull off this acrylic and then re-glue an acrylic on there because the glue was spewing out from the charm. And then another thing that I noticed when I was re-watching my videos that I recorded is this acrylic was originally this. And I didn't notice until I started watching the video that instead of the acrylic being glued like this, I had it backwards. I noticed right away that the glasses looked off, and I was like, oh my God, there's no way I'm going to give her a box that has that upside down. So I was able to, you know, to easily take it off. I just kind of peeled it off the back here, re-glued it on. I still have all of the film on the back, so it worked out really well. It didn't mess with any of these, so it was perfect to be able to do that. So now all I'm going to do is clean up the inside with my Mrs. Meyer's all-purpose spray. That's the one thing I found that has been working on acrylics when I clean them. It doesn't leave like any residue or anything on it. I still haven't tried like Windex, but I mean, that is glass cleaner. This is acrylic, so I don't think it would really probably work well. Once I get the inside cleaned, I will wear gloves and get the film off the whole outside of the box, because I still have it on the outside of the sides here, the back, and then of course the bottom. But yeah, this is how this turned out. And then my husband put away his cologne bottles. I was going to show you how it looked with the bottles on here, but these do not get in the way. So that worked out perfect. I was kind of scared at first. Over here, I kind of bunched them together a little bit too close, so I did have to take off a couple and kind of space them out more, just so that way they could all fit on here. But I think it turned out really good. I'm really excited to give it to her, and now I got to make my mom like a small keepsake box out of my butterfly acrylics. But here you go, a nice little perfume stand.